HowExpert! Top 10 Swing Dance Tips. HowExpert publishes quick how-to guides on all topics from A to Z by everyday experts. Visit HowExpert.com to learn more. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more HowExpert Top 10 videos in the future. Moving on, let's talk about the HowExpert Top 10 Swing Dance Tips. Number 10. Don't be shy. I've seen countless couples who come together and refuse to dance with other partners. That's understandable if you're at a wedding, but you'll never make any friends this way on the social dance floor. Any type of social dance is a great way to make friends because the social walls we put up are brought down quickly by the close proximity. Don't be shy. I've seen countless couples who come together and refuse to dance with other partners. That's understandable if you're at a wedding, but you'll never make any friends this way on the social dance floor. Any type of social dance is a great way to make friends because the social walls we put up are brought down quickly by the close proximity, social atmosphere, and the fun environment that comes with dance. So don't be afraid to ask that new person to dance. Number 9. Bring a change of clothes. This one is mainly for the guys, but it could apply to some females as well. As you dance more, you'll learn how much you sweat. 30 to 45 minutes is the limit for me before my back and butt are dripping sweat. Those are the first parts to sweat, thus the term swamp butt. It's gross dancing with someone whose shirt feels like a puddle. With this in mind, bring extra shirts, sneak away during a dance, and return in dry clothes. Cologne, perfume also makes a solid addition to that. A good scent can mask many rank offenses. Extra tip, don't wear gray pants. Your butt sweat will show extra fast. Extra tip number 2, a hat and jacket aren't just for style. They keep your dance partner dry. Number 8. Remember names. This one is particularly tricky for most people. However, it's a general rule of life that isn't exempt from the dance world. People love to hear their names. The odds are that you may want to dance with that impressive lead again. If you ask him to dance by name, well, he says yes. The same goes for followers. Something I do to remember names is to repeat them multiple times during the first dance. I'll say stupid things like, "Great spin, Jordan," or "Wow, Tony." It makes the other person feel great, but what I'm really doing is imprinting their name into my memory, associating it with their face. After saying their name enough times, I'm very likely to remember it. It works for me at least. Number 7. It's okay to say no. This one is extra important for the ladies. I've seen so many gals have an awkward experience because they feel bad about saying no when a creep asks them to dance. Let me reveal something to you. Every social dance has a creep. Some are subtle, most are older, some aren't. Still, every social dance floor has them. It's just a part of life, and you can't control that. But you can control who you dance with. It only takes the word no. So save yourself multiple awkward dances. It's not usually just one, especially if you can't say no, and learn to say no. But there is a but. If you say no, don't dance that same song with someone else a few seconds later. That hurts. I've experienced this from both sides. It hurts from both sides. Let's say you've already said no to someone and another person asks you to dance. I recommend responding with, "I already said no to that guy over there." The person asking you will understand. You won't even need to say no. Number 6, steal moves. Ever tried leading? Eventually, you will feel like this. My moves are all boring. And they are, to you. But let me explain something with numbers. Let's assume that you only lead 4 moves for an entire night. That same move, the whole night. At the end of the night, you'll be so bored. But consider this from the follower's perspective. She dances 4 moves with one guy, 4 with another guy, 4 with another guy, etc. At the end of the night, she's done at least 40 moves. So you don't have to worry about moves. Followers would prefer solid fundamentals to movements. Things like a firm lead, clear direction, and musicality. Those are much more important. However, if you do want new moves, there's a very easy way to get them. Steal them. Here's how. Watch other leads, and then copy them. And that's how you expand your moveset. Become a thief. 5. Dance with different experience levels. One dead giveaway that I'm dancing with a beginner is this. They watch their feet while they dance. That's where their mind is, on the footwork. It used to annoy me until I began to learn a second language. When I first started, I needed to learn the basics, verbs, vocabulary, nouns, etc. It was only once I understood these that I was able to have conversations. Then I could appreciate the humor, and communicating in a new language became fun. Whoa, wait, dancing is a language too. The day I connected these thoughts was powerful. I became much more patient and excited when it came to dancing with newbies. I needed to talk to native speakers when I was learning a language. The same thing when dancing. Experienced dancers should dance with newer dancers to grow the scene and to make friends. Newer dancers should dance with trained dancers because that's how you grow. Number 4, be aware of your space. It's called floorcraft. It's important. Eventually, someone will run into you. It stinks. Sometimes a lady with a heel will step on you. That'll hurt. Once, I let a spin on a follower that built up into a ton of momentum. The next thing I know, I lose my grip on her. She flies out of my hands at what seems like 30 miles per hour. She collides with another couple. That was embarrassing for everyone, especially me, since I led the move. The good news is you can minimize collisions. For leads, look behind you before you swing your follow out. If you count steps, look behind your right shoulder for the 4 of a swing out. Look before you swing. It's that simple. Now, what about followers? When I first started dancing, I was taught it's always the lead's fault, referring to any dance-related collision. And I believed it until my dance with Lucy, real name concealed. I was about to lead her in a swing out. Then she did something no follower had ever done to me, something I've never experienced from a follow. She led me to stop leading her. How did she do this? It was so simple but so clear. Her left arm, which typically rests on the lead's right arm, clenched mine. Without words, she said, "Don't lead me. There's someone behind you." I understood. And it's not just because of my experience. You could do this to someone completely new. Think if you were gripping onto someone, they were leading you to walk toward a pack of wolves. Without speaking, how would you signal to that person to stop moving toward the wolves? You would grip the heck out of their arm, and that person would understand, just as I did. In that same dance, she's also over-rotated on a swing to avoid colliding with a couple that I led her into. She did that all on her own. The point is, both parties can avoid collisions. Learn how and exercise your abilities. Number 3, be musical. It's very common for beginners to focus on the moves, specifically footwork. I mentioned before, that's where a beginner's eyes will be, right? It's true. Go to any swing dance and watch the new people dance. Their eyes will be glued to their feet, I promise. But music is fun. Footwork isn't. Maybe at first it is, but once you learn it, then what? Then you start dancing. How? You let the music tell you what to do. If you're following a very controlling leader, this is more difficult. More on that in the next point. If you find yourself in this situation, I recommend staring very intensely at the lead while you dance. Eventually, he will give you space. Anyway, let the music guide you, especially if you're leading a dance. I beg you, lead to the music. Not every follower will respond to the music, but I promise that it will be more fun for both of you. The experienced followers will recognize that you are musical. Next thing you know, you will have a line of followers waiting to dance with you. Why? Because you're not just leading moves, you're dancing, baby. Number 2, read your partner. When I lead someone, I read them. If I can tell that they are a more creative type, I let them go, fly, dance. Some of my most memorable dances have been where I was dancing with follows that I completely let go for long periods. We would move across the dance floor. I wasn't boxing her in. I let her dance. Some follows don't like that. Some prefer to be told exactly what to do, and that's okay. I was once told that there are 2 types of followers, dancers and steppers. Dancers prefer to dance to the music. Steppers like to be told precisely where to go. I don't know if this is exactly true for everyone, but it helped me understand the differences in people. As a leader, I use this information to provide the best dance for my partner. I believe the lead has 2 jobs. Number 1, keep the follow safe. Number 2, make sure the follow has fun. Everything else doesn't matter. Solo dance if you care about the moves. But this is a partnership. We need to make sure our followers smile and laugh. Some don't. Oh well, let's just make sure the majority do. Number 1, make small talk. It is something that I learned after a few months of dancing. I was showing up, dancing, and leaving. After all that time, I realized I didn't know most people. I would see them, smile at them, dance, and then say, thanks, and then leave. I didn't know most of their names. We already went over this. That wasn't good. So I started making small talk after a dance, during a dance, much more difficult, with new people, with volunteers, with the DJ, and guess what happened? My perspective changed. I used to come for the dance and stay until I got bored. Then I went for the dance and stayed until my friends left. That meant that I was sometimes helping clean up after the dance was over, even going out to eat afterward with my new friends. The dance becomes secondary, and I loved it even more. I even got a job through one of my new friends. Swing dance attracts some brilliant, well-schooled, and career-minded people. It isn't why we do it, but it's an added benefit. In the end, it will become about friendship for me. I've made some real connections. Some of these friends are just acquaintances. Some are more than that. Some became my current best friends. One of them became my wife. It all started with small talk. If you liked our video, be sure to click like and subscribe for more. HowExpert Top 10 videos for all topics from A to Z in the future. Also, let us know what other topics you want us to do a HowExpert Top 10 video in the future in the comments below. Thank you, have an amazing day, and take care. HowExpert publishes quick how-to guides on all topics from A to Z by everyday experts. Visit HowExpert.com to learn more.